I'm Lizzie Bundy here with head coach Braden Holloway at the NC State swimming and diving team, and today we're going to preview the individual strokes in preparation for the 2015-16 season. So first off, when we talk about backstroke with Hennessy Stewart, he was very, very good last year, especially at NCAAs. He, up until the very end of the finals, he was right in there in the 200 backstroke.
Yeah, Hennessy's a great young man from Colorado, freshman this past year, had a great start to the season. Learned a lot as a freshman, really, his 200 IM really kind of kept going to add to his backstroke. But that 200 backstroke last year at the end of the year is something for him to build on. He was right next to one of the top backstrokers in the world. He gave it a run, but ran out of gas pretty quick though towards the end. But he's a guy that we're looking towards leading a good way for us. And the good news is he's not alone. We have some great upperclassmen in backstroke. We have Andreas Schillerup from Denmark, who is our school record holder in the 100 back, who's going to add a lot of that much needed speed, especially if we think about relays. And then we have a few newcomers that are going to help us. Justin Rest, Parker Campbell are going to help us in the 200 to join with some of our seniors. We have Ryan Wilkinson and one of our captains, Jacob Sire, who's a very good leader for us. I mean, those guys each and every day come in and get to work. So it's going to be a fun group.
And then on the women's side, you've got Alexia Zebnik, who's coming back as a junior, and she was very strong in both the 100 and 200 back, and then she was a big part of the medley relays, and then is also pretty versatile in the sprint freestyle events. So can you kind of talk about how impactful she is?
Yeah, she's one of our tops. I mean, she was our MVP last year. She scored a lot of points for us. The good news about Alexia is, obviously she does a lot of damage for us in backstroke, but being able to move her between different events, depending on who we're going against, makes it easier for us to figure out how to beat that team when you know that you have someone who has the versatility that she has. She loves to sprint free. She loves the 200 IM and had a big year for us in 200 IM. But she's going to be the leader for us again in backstroke. We're excited about. We got a bunch of newcomers that can throw down 100 back pretty good that we're excited about. We have a young lady from Colorado, Lindsay Morrow, who's continuing to get better each and every year, and a lot of fun. She'll fit right in with our team and can help us in the 100, 200 backstroke as well.
And looking at the breaststroke events, Derek Wren is coming back from the men's side, and then Kayla Brumbaum is coming back from the women's side, and they're both juniors, so they still have 2 more years here. How do they kind of lead the team in those events, and how do you feel the rest of the team in that stroke will kind of add to that depth?
Well, I think both men and women are very similar. They have Derek, they have Kayla that kind of lead the way, and then we have a lot of supporting cast, whether it's some upperclassmen on the women's side and the men's side, and then we have a bunch of freshmen that it'll be up to them onto the impact that they want to have. I mean, they're going to have a chance to go with Derek and Kayla each and every day and race them. I think the big thing with Derek and Kayla is they're very similar. They have elevated themselves each and every year, but this summer was a big summer for them. They had a great off season and a long course season, and both improved a good bit and have taken that next step, I think, for it to carry over into this college season. And they're going to provide a nice foundation for us to lean on, but we're definitely going to need some of these newcomers to rise up quick, and some of our upperclassmen to continue to lend a helping hand. But those are 2 big studs for us.
And then looking at butterfly, you've got Christian McCurdy who's coming back, and he seems to kind of favor the 200 butterfly, and for the past 2 years he's finished 4th in NCAAs, and he also is really strong in the 400 IM. So how do you kind of feel he leads the team from those 2 strokes?
Well, McCurdy is probably one of our most versatile swimmers. We have a few guys, and one of them actually also is Soren Dahl, who helps with the butterfly, who's versatile, but maybe on the more sprint side. And but McCurdy is someone who, any given day, he can give you anything you need. and you know, he trains at a very high level in that aerobic group, and every now and then has days where he gets to come down and race a little bit more of these younger guys and guys that do the shorter events. But the best thing about Christian is he's just a team player. You know, he'll do whatever you need him to do, whether it's breaststroke at a meet or the 1,000 free. He doesn't care. He just wants to help the team, and our entire men's team and our women's team can learn from someone like that each and every day. It's not about you. It's about the big picture. It's about the team, and we want him to end on the best note he can. You know, and he's just been a great addition to our team, and has really helped us move forward as a program.
Talking more about Soren, he was a major player in the medley relays last year, as well as the 100 fly. How do you kind of feel like he looks for the next 2 years?
Well, I think Soren, you know, again, he's one that had a big summer. You know, our team had a big summer. He was one. He was at the World Championships this summer, and was part of Denmark's relay that qualified for the Olympic Games. So he's putting himself in the position to go to Rio, which is always exciting. He's like Christian McCurdy, but on the smaller side. He can sprint free. He can do the IM, the 200 IM, and obviously he's in the sprint fly on a lot of our relays. So having his versatility, but on more of a speed side, is huge when you think about relays. And you know, his freshman year was a little rough at NCAA's because he was sick at the meet and didn't really get to compete. And he came back this past year with a vengeance and had a great NCAA championships.
And then on the women's team for butterfly, there's Krista Duffield and Ashlyn Koletic. And Krista, she's a sophomore, and then Ashlyn's upperclassman, so you've got a little bit of a difference there. And Krista kind of seems as though she is much older than she is. She's had a lot of experience so far during her time here. And then Ashlyn just kind of seems to really help out on relays in those butterfly events.
Yeah, I mean, losing Ashlyn after this year is going to sting us. You know, I mean, she was kind of hidden, you know, coming out of high school, and you know, has really progressed pretty well in our program. And you know, again, I had a great summer. You know, where long course is not her strength; it's more short course due because she's so good underwater. But her ability to from the range and the sprint free, and now the sprint backstroke, and obviously she's on a lot of our sprint relays. You know, we're looking for her to end her note at the highest level this year, and then ending in Olympic trials. But she's someone who brings her A game every day, and it helps Krista Duffield. You know, Krista as a freshman popped and exploded onto the scene, and has one of the best races against Missy Franklin in a relay at NCAA's, where she went head to head and it was close. And it's moments like that we realize that, you know, we have a diamond in the rough with Krista, and we're excited about these next 3 years and what's going to, you know, occur with her.